The moment the grooming table was rolled into the room, everything changed for the dog lying quietly on its side beneath what looked like a solid armor of neglected fur, and for the groomer who understood that this was not just a beauty session, but a careful medical intervention wrapped inside compassion and skill. Every strand of that coat told a story of time, neglect, and the silent way pain can build beneath what appears soft on the surface. In that moment, the room felt smaller as the groomer carefully assessed the mats, knowing that every decision would determine whether this animal would feel relief or experience further stress. There's no rush, only precision and respect for a life that had endured far too much silence and discomfort. Experts like Dr. Karen Becker have long emphasized that a dog's coat is not just appearance, but a living indicator of overall health, hydration, and emotional well-being. What stood before the groomer was a challenge that required more than tools. It required intuition and the kind of patience that cannot be rushed. As the first attempt to lift the outer layer of matting began, something unexpected became clear. Beneath the dense tangle was not just fur, but a fragile skin that had been unable to breathe freely for weeks, and that realization shifted the entire energy of the room. Every movement had to be slower than expected because a single wrong pull could cause pain that would echo through the animal long after the session ended. The groomer paused briefly, remembering that transformation in cases like this is never about speed, but about earning trust through careful attention. Outside the room, life continued normally, but inside this space, time felt suspended as each strand removed revealed another layer of truth about what had been hidden. There was a moment of suspense when the clippers hesitated just above the surface as the groomer considered whether the next pass would reveal skin or relief. The weight of responsibility was not visible, but deeply felt in every careful motion made during this delicate process. Even the smallest sound of shears seemed to carry meaning as the dog slowly began to relax for the first time since the procedure began. In moments like this, the line between grooming and healing became almost invisible as care replaced chaos, one carefully guided stroke at a time. What began as a seemingly impossible case slowly started to transform into a moment of quiet revelation. As progress became visible beneath the falling layers of matted fur, and the room collectively held its breath, waiting for what would be uncovered next in this delicate journey of restoration and careful renewal that defined every step of this remarkable transformation session unfolding with both uncertainty and hope. As the groomer continued working with steady focus, understanding that every inch revealed was a step towards restoring comfort and dignity to a life that had been quietly suffering far longer than anyone in the room could fully measure in that intense and moving moment of care. And as the layers fell away, there emerged not just a clean coat, but a renewed sense of peace that reflected the true essence of healing and compassion that defined this entire journey from beginning to end, leaving behind a powerful reminder of resilience and gentle restoration in every breath and moment here now. As more of the coat disappeared beneath the steady rhythm of professional grooming tools, the true scale of the challenge became impossible to ignore. What initially appeared to be a thick layer of tangled fur revealed itself to be a network of dense mats that had tightened around the dog's body over an extended period, restricting movement and trapping debris, moisture, and discomfort against the skin. The groomer understood that every inch required careful evaluation because severe matting can conceal issues that remain hidden until the coat is removed. Rather than focusing on appearance alone, the goal became restoring comfort, mobility, and dignity to an animal that had quietly adapted to conditions no dog should have to endure. The process continued slowly, with each section presenting a new puzzle that demanded patience and experience. Large portions of fur came away in heavy sheets, and with every removal, the dog seemed to gain a little more freedom, as though an invisible burden was being lifted piece by piece. Yet the most suspenseful part of the transformation was still ahead. Beneath one particularly dense area, the groomer noticed unusual tension in the coat, a sign that the matting might be hiding irritation or pressure points that had developed over time. The room grew quieter as attention focused on that section, and every movement became even more deliberate than before. There was no room for haste, because rushing could create unnecessary discomfort and compromise the dog's trust. Inspired by the philosophy often shared by Dr. Karen Becker, the groomer approached the situation with respect for the animal's physical and emotional well-being, recognizing that true rehabilitation requires understanding the whole dog rather than simply correcting what is visible on the surface. As the clippers carefully moved through the stubborn mass of fur, the suspense continued to build. Each pass revealed a little more of the truth hidden beneath months of neglect. Fortunately, patience prevailed, and the feared complications proved less severe than anticipated. The discovery brought a quiet sense of relief, but it also reinforced an important lesson about responsible coat maintenance and the consequences of delaying proper grooming care. The dog remained remarkably cooperative throughout the process, gradually relaxing as comfort replaced pressure and restriction. What had started as an intimidating challenge was slowly transforming into a powerful example of resilience and recovery. The groomer continued working methodically, blending technical skill with compassion, knowing that every careful decision contributed to the dog's overall well-being. By this stage, the transformation was becoming visible not only in the coat, but also in the animal's behavior. The eyes appeared brighter, the posture seemed lighter, and the body language reflected a growing sense of ease. It was a remarkable reminder that grooming is often far more than a cosmetic service. In severe cases like this, it becomes an active restoration that improves quality of life in meaningful ways. As the session moved closer to its final stages, the contrast between the beginning and the present moment became extraordinary, creating anticipation for the completed reveal and demonstrating how patience, expertise, and genuine care can turn even the most overwhelming grooming challenge into a story of hope, healing, and transformation. Even as the final layers of matted fur continued to fall away, the atmosphere in the room shifted from tension to something far more profound, a quiet sense of release that seemed to ripple through both the animal and the groomer with every careful pass of the clippers. What had once looked like an overwhelming, almost impossible case was now revealing itself as a story of survival beneath neglect, where patience had slowly replaced panic and methodical care had taken the place of urgency. The dog, once stiff and guarded, now showed subtle signs of trust, the kind that does not arrive quickly but grows in the spaces where pain begins to fade. Every movement from the groomer was deliberate, guided not only by technique, but by an understanding that rehabilitation is never just physical, it is emotional and deeply connected to safety. It was a quiet moment of suspense when a particularly dense section of matting resisted longer than expected. And for a brief second, the outcome felt uncertain, as if the process might reveal something more serious beneath the surface. But careful adjustment and gentler handling turned that tension into progress rather than setback. In that shift, the entire meaning of the session became clearer, showing that transformation is rarely linear and often requires patience. At the exact moment, impatience feels easiest. Disturbers in similar cases often recall teachings inspired by professionals like Dr. Karen Becker, who emphasizes that healing begins when we stop treating animals as problems to be fixed and instead recognize them as lives to be understood. That philosophy echoed silently through every step of this grooming process, where no action was taken without awareness of its impact on comfort and trust. As the final sections of the coat were freed, the dog's posture changed noticeably, shoulders loosening, breathing deepening, and eyes reflecting a sense of relief that had not been present at the beginning. The transformation was no longer just visual but behavioral, as if the removal of physical burden allowed emotional weight to dissolve as well. The groomer stepped back briefly, not in completion, but in reflection, acknowledging the responsibility that comes with restoring comfort to a living being who cannot speak, but communicates through every subtle shift in body language. In that quiet pause, the true meaning of the session became undeniable. Care is not measured in speed or appearance alone, but in the willingness to stay present through discomfort until healing emerges naturally. By the end, what remained was not just a clean and renewed coat, but a visible return of ease and dignity that had been buried beneath layers of neglect, proving that even the most overwhelming situations can be transformed through patience, skill, and compassion. This case served as a reminder that every animal carries a silent story, and when approached with respect and understanding, even the most difficult conditions can be reversed into moments of renewal that inspire both professionals and viewers alike, leaving a lasting impression of what dedicated care can truly achieve when guided by empathy, knowledge, and unwavering commitment to doing what is right for those who depend entirely on human hands for their well-being and future comfort. If you are benefiting from our topics, please subscribe, like, and turn on the bell notification so you can see our new videos early.